Well, Seattle Public Schools Special Education Department is in a particular position right now where we're looking to become innovative.
This is an exciting time for this district in special education. There's a great deal of innovation going on amongst our teachers and staff.
Some of the things that have been done in other school districts are ways that we've learned that we want to do things different here, and we want teachers to come join us in making that difference, designing those programs, and changing lives.
And that's a value of finding a high school like this one, where you have administrators that trust you and you have the evidence to back up, and then as soon as you're trusted, you're able to be pretty creative.
We get up every day to come to school, to work with students, to change their lives.
The most exciting part of my day here at school is seeing the kids and kind of thinking about what I'm gonna experience in that day, what teeny tiny little steps of growth we're gonna see.
I've loved special ed from the very beginning. I worked in high school and college with families and children with disabilities, and I really felt like it was a great place and a great area for me to grow into.
They're all going to be different levels, and so making those changes and adaptations and modifications to the curriculum is challenging but also really exciting, and it's really creative work.
Of course, the best part is seeing a kid's eyes light up when they are tuned in and they understand something, or better yet, they're able to talk about it and talk with each other about something new.
I came up here from San Diego and really thought the weather was going to have an impact on me, but at the end of the day, it's beautiful, it's green, there's lots of hiking, the downtown scape is beautiful.
Seattle is a great place to live and work. We have clubs, we have music, museums, and the great outdoors is just in our backyard.
Like, being an outdoorsy person, it has my heart.
It can be gray or rain for a couple days, but then when the sun comes out, so do the barbecues and everybody gets it going. So it's really an awesome place to be.
It's a lovely place to live. I don't know if I'll live anywhere else.
When teachers come to Seattle, we have an induction period where we're going to be supporting them for the next 3 years as novice teachers.
First-year teachers in Seattle all have an opportunity to grow in a lot of ways professionally. One of those is that you'll get the STAR Mentor support, which is going to include 30 to 40 hours of direct support from someone like myself, an experienced teacher in your field. In addition, that'll also include opportunities to visit other sites and to attend professional development trainings.
It can be very difficult to be a first-year teacher. There are a lot of challenges and a lot of things to get used to in a new role. And I feel like the STAR mentors are there to just help them to settle in.
Teamwork is incredibly important. Having the opportunity to work with my colleagues, share instructional materials, share curriculum, really quite important because multiple heads are clearly better than one.
You're teaching them how to work with students with special needs, and they're teaching you as a special ed teacher how to teach in a general education classroom.
I think that having an open door and meeting with other teachers is really important to the craft so that you can learn from each other. I think that, especially at my school in particular, that the student body is probably the most diverse I've ever taught. In my classroom, I can't even count how many different religions and different countries are represented in people's ethnicities and cultures.
Seattle is a diverse district, and with that comes different viewpoints, and that just enriches the teaching and learning of our students.
They're students, but before they're students, they are, children that have these lives that are separate from what you experience with them in school. And so really getting to know families and getting to know where the students are coming from.
I think that Seattle's really does a good job of honoring the diversity of students, not just their ethnicity and their cultures, but also their family backgrounds, what their family structure looks like, and also honoring the community that we're building as one.
One of the things you have to understand is that because of our size, we've got opportunities abound. So if you get tired of a school or you're just finding that you've hit a wall, you come and try to find something else, and you can go find a different school with a different population, a different group of students and parents. And that's the exciting part about it, is that under one umbrella, you have all these opportunities for growth.
Each school is so unique. It's got its own personality that's evident as soon as you walk in. Each school has its own strengths, its own challenges, and it's exciting to be a part of the development of the teachers there.
There's always room to change and do something new.
So I foster relationships with the students by really getting to know them at the beginning of the year, and what are their interests, what do they like or dislike, who's in their family, who are important people to them, you know, what they like about school, what they dislike. So just really getting to know them just right off the bat.
It's important that we build relationships with our students, our families, the guardians, so that we can really work together in educating each one of our students to be part of a greater community.
Each of the teachers are a part of a team, and learning to work together is an important piece at finding success. Special educators have the best job. They get to be a part of families' lives and really make an impact on students.
We get to work on these little tiny baby steps, like going to the bathroom on their own, or walking through the lunch line. The other day I had a little guy who for the first time went through the lunch line on his own, even with the tongs. And it's just those little tiny moments that are amazing.
Absolutely. Someone was asking me the other day, and they're like, "Oh, well, you seem like you still like your job." And I was like, "Yeah, I do like my job. It is frustrating, but it is certainly rewarding."
It's really popular to hear about social justice in the news, and everybody's all about social justice, but most of them go to their day job and they don't get to do social justice. And so this will be one of the jobs that's the hardest job you'll ever do, but at the end of the day, it's going to be one of the most rewarding. And when you talk to folks about what you do and they say, "Oh, I'm in banking," or "I'm in technology," or "I work at Amazon," those are all great, but they don't get to say that I work in special education in Seattle, which is something that I really value.
The best part of my job is definitely the students, because I get to be a part of watching them grow in all aspects of their life, intellectually, emotionally, maturity, and I also get to be there for all of those moments where they're like something clicks in their brains and something turns on, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I get it." And that's a nice feeling to be able to come to school every day and have a job that I can facilitate and see that growth happen.
At the end of the day, I get the pleasure of going home knowing that I did something worthwhile. I did something fantastic. I impacted somebody.